Hi, everybody. It's me, Charles Norman, Sports Solutions, LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. And so this is number 4 in my list of a pathway to you getting an athletic scholarship, to enjoy youth sports and get an athletic scholarship at the end of it. Although this is number 4, this to me is the Holy Grail. This is the number 1 tip that I can give you guys. If you don't take anything else from the rest of these 52 that I'm going to do, this is number 4 out of 52. This is the one. And you guys have heard me, if you've been listening to me before, you've heard me over and over again talk about this, but I want to go over one more time and try to emphasize this by itself. And it is called positioning. And for me, it's the number 1 reason a kid does not get an athletic scholarship offer. And it's also the number 1 reason that they do get one. So let's talk about it really, really quickly. So we're talking right now about NCAA, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA. Why do some kids get scholarship offers and others don't? And we're talking about this in February of 2025 because this is still the 2024-2025 set of rules. And then in 2025, 2026, all bets are off. And I'll talk about that later on. But positioning is still going to be your key to getting the offer. So I always tell everybody, you will not be given an offer if you're not in position to accept the offer. So that is just the key to this. So how do we get in position? This is what we want to try to do. And it's not about your skills and your ability to play and all of that. I know that's what everybody wants to talk about, but here are the things you need to do. You need to go to the NCAA and the NAIA eligibility centers and sign up. Parents, you can do this. You don't need anybody to help you do it. You go on there, you sign your kid up, and then you want to follow their rules for the academic requirements. And so they're going to tell you which classes you need to take and complete during your high school career, and also when they have to be completed. And NCAA Division I is very, very rigid. And so Division II slides a little bit. You can make up some stuff if you miss some stuff. They're trying to be a little more accommodating than they were. But if you can beat the NCAA Division I rules, you qualify Division II, Division III, NAIA. You'll meet all of their criteria also. So that's number 1. Get into the eligibility centers and then let your athletic director know that you're in there, or your student's counselor know that you're in there so they can upload your transcripts. Because it's what this shows to a college coach is that you're serious about this. They can go in, they can put your name in that eligibility center and they can see what's going on with you. Are you academically qualified? All that stuff's going on. So do that first and then make sure you're taking the courses that meet those requirements, because then you can play your freshman year. And that's what coaches are looking for if they're going to offer you an athletic scholarship. Otherwise, they can wait for you to go to a JC, maybe you go to another school, maybe you just come to the school as a student and try out, all of that stuff. They don't care. If you want to try to do all of that, that's fine. But if you want them to offer you an athletic scholarship opportunity, then you need to be in position to be able to accept it. The second piece of this is, once you get in there, what you want to do is make sure you keep your grades up. 3.5 GPA and above. That is your marker. Try to get there. Don't look at a 3.5 and go, that's good enough. Try to be as high as you can. But a 3.5 and above, because of the way things are set up. Now, right now, 24-25, there's still the head count sports and the equivalency sports, right? So head count sports for men, it's basketball, football. That's it. If you play D1, you're getting a full ride scholarship. Everything's paid for. If you're a female or a young lady, then you're going to have basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, and tennis. If you play one of those 4, don't ask me why those are there. They just are what they are. But for 24-25, all that goes away. There is no more head count, no more equivalency. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we're still talking about, if you were still trying to get a scholarship for the 2024-2025 school year, you can still qualify for the old rules. And now you'll probably, by the time you get there, get to that school, they may offer you an opportunity, especially if you're at D1 in one of these key sports. If you're at D1, they may be able to offer you a better deal, and you might be better off taking that better deal. But for right now, you want to get that full ride locked down. And if you have it, hold on to it. It may be gold or it may be nothing as you move forward, because the next year, starting 24-25, they should be able to pay you to play. Plus, you get your athletic scholarship, and there's NIL deals tied to that too. So we'll get to that later on in the year as we're going through all this stuff. So I got to go quickly here because I'm trying to get these done within 2 2 to 5 minutes maximum. That's number two. You want to keep your grades up so that you can get academic money to go along with the athletic money, and it can make, in case you're in an equivalency sport, then that can make up the difference, and it makes you more attractive to that college coach. Hey, I can go get Charles now because he's got academically, he's in great shape, even though he runs track. Now I can come give him some athletic money, I can get some academic money, we tie it together, and it makes sense for them to come to my school. If they don't have the grades at that level, that 3.5 or above, I can't offer them academic money. So now I got to offer you some athletic money, but can your family afford to make up the difference? Or am I attractive at that point? Maybe you want to go to a smaller school, a less expensive school, or something like that. And I don't want to waste my time as the college coach, and I don't want to waste your time as a family. So I'm not even going to make the offer. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's the second thing you want to do. The next thing, you want to take the SAT and the ACT. This happened when my daughter, when we were going through this, she had her SAT scores up on the eligibility centers, but they were good, but they weren't great. Then she put her ACT scores on, and the whole world opened up. Her ACT score, she blew it out of the water. Everybody's coming back after her now. And so it's very important that you take both, and it's very important that you try to get the best score you can. Now, I know you don't need that for some schools. We've been doing this software for quite a few years now, and we know that there was a point in time where they were starting to get away from the ACT, SAT as a requirement. Definitely was happening in Southern California schools and even across the country. But that is reversing now, and I want you guys to be aware of that. The second thing is those rules for the NCAA, when they took them out that you don't need them to play your first year, that's for you playing the sport. It's not for you to get into the college. So the college may still require that, or may look favorably on that if it's you and another kid and you got everything else, all things being equal. That kid took the SAT, ACT, got a pretty good score. I'm going after that kid if I'm the college coach. Why? Because that kid went the extra mile. You always want to go the extra mile. You want to put yourself in the best position to get the offer. Okay, so you got that going. Next thing, you got to go out and perform. And this is the one that I always tell people, when you're going out to perform, you want to make sure you're playing against college level competition at some point. Maybe your high school is not in that level. The kids you're playing against, you're just clearly better than them. That's great. Rack up your stats and on all that. That's fine. Be the leader on that team for sure. Make sure you can make first team, all league, second team at the minimum if you want to play at one of the lower levels. But you should be getting there and you should be able to play. But then also look for travel club programs, some sort of tournament, some place where you can go, a showcase somewhere where you can go and go head to head with the top players that also are college bound as athletes. And so you can show your stuff against them, because sooner or later, that's what a college coach is going to want to look for. Okay. And then the final piece is that I would say for this is go ahead and load AthleticSOS. I know it's my company that created it, but if you use our software, you will know all of your options and opportunity based on your sport, based on your academics. What school do I academically qualify to go to that has my sport, offers athletic scholarships, and I qualify? And that is a big deal, because you will find schools at every level, and then you can start making some better decisions on where you want to be versus hoping to get discovered. That is the wrong way to do it. And remember, AthleticSOS, we don't charge for it. It's no cost for you guys. You can go in. I'll give you down below in the description. I give you the code. I give you instructions for how to use the code. Please use the software. And here's the final piece. Help other people. There's so many. This is when my daughter was coming up. This just blew me away. As I'm learning more and more about how to get this athletic scholarship, I realized how many families have no clue. They didn't know about the eligibility centers. They didn't know they had to take these certain courses over the 4-year period to play at the D1 level. And families that knew exactly what they needed to do didn't tell the other families. I get it, but I don't get it, because that's going to backfire on you someday. Because they won't tell anybody else, now their kid has an advantage, because this kid may be better than my kid, but they're not in position to get a scholarship. So I'm not worried about them. I'm not fighting them. But that's not who you're supposed to be in this world. Either you help other people out. Definitely help them learn about AthleticSOS if you can. Let them go ahead and sign up for it. We're very above board. All your information stays with us. We don't sell your stuff out. We're going to start offering you guys some cool stuff to help us keep going and keep building the software and what we're trying to do overall for youth sports. But you got to help other people out, man. I just don't understand everybody trying to. I know there's a limited number of spots, but if your kid can play and that kid can play, I guarantee there's an opening for both of you guys. So help other people out as you move around. Okay, so that's pretty much it. positioning on this one. I wanted to get that through, and I want to keep these kind of short, so I'm going to stop then, and next week we'll just continue on. I know it's number 4. It should be number 1. It is the Holy Grail. If you get that right, more kids don't get offered athletic scholarships, and more kids do get offered athletic scholarship based on how they're positioned. It's not how good you are. The best athletes do not get the athletic scholarships most of the time. It is the best position, not the best prepared, the best positioned athlete gets that scholarship. All right, guys, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.